And we're back with another video on my pristine condition 96 Toyota Camry LE, and today we're going to be fixing the ugly, broken door handle from the owner trying to steal his own car back from locking the keys inside of it. And it's time to fix that ugly thing. It's time to get it off the car. It doesn't need one more blemish. So what he thought was going to be a super easy repair and a cheap one, which it is, the part's like $4, it's actually going to be really difficult to get in there. And I've never done this before. I've tried to do a latch on my 95 Camry, didn't go as planned. You've never saw footage on that, and one day I'll get back in there and finish that and fix it and upload a video on it. But today we're working on the 96 and we're going to get this door handle repaired and replaced. I don't know if the whole thing will happen today, so if I change clothes or hats or things throughout the video, that's probably why. I probably filmed this over like 4 weeks or something. But without further ado, let's get this door panel off the car. Here's the interior door panel of the driver's side. You can see this handle here that we need to replace is all broke up because they busted it out so they could get behind the tumbler and unlock the car, so that's safe if we're... Oh, and that makes a lovely noise too. We're gonna go ahead and pull this door panel off. I try not to do these like wing it repair videos, but there's a bolt here, here, there, and there's some underneath and some additional ones that a previous owner has installed. Once we get all of those removed, you simply pick up on the panel, lift it free from this ledge here, and then you can pull the whole thing off. I don't remember if there's anything attached on the back side, but if it is, when we get there, I'll show you guys what to do as well. Just real quick, something that you have to do to get this door panel off that I totally forgot about is remove the trim around this door handle. And I've done this quite a few times before, but for some reason I still can't remember. So you stick a screwdriver in the top by the lock. There's a small clip that runs right through everything. Pry very gently up on that. If these are old, they will break. They're cheap, but why buy a new one if you don't have to? So stick the screwdriver in the bottom part as well. Gently pry down as you pull out. For some reason this one's stuck, but then you should, if I remember right, be able to just pull this thing off like that, kind of in the handle and stuff goes through here, so you kind of have to pull it out and then over like that. So it just kind of has to come up and over, and that was kind of a little bit violent. But once you get this trim piece out, you should then just be able to lift the door panel up and away from everything. And it is connected to an electrical connector down here, which really isn't a big deal. I think you can just simply push on it and wiggle it free. Once you get that connector out, you can just set your door panel aside because we don't need it for this repair. With this plastic here, it almost indicates that nobody's been in my door panel, or at least they've been really good about putting it back. It should be all the way up here, and it's not, so I'll bet you that somebody's been in here at some point for a repair. I don't need to access anything on the bottom to replace just the handle cover, so I'm going to pull this down just a little bit, and holy smokes, there's a wasp's nest in here. That is a wasp's nest and a wasp sitting on it, and the door handle that we need to replace is right there. We need to pop those clips and push that piece. I'm half tempted to grab my pressure washer and get that guy out. I may also need to knock the nest just down by hand, but I really don't want to make that thing mad at me. Talk about a stressful repair. I have expertly removed the wasp's nest and the wasp with an old broken window scraper that was in the car and a pair of pliers, and somehow I did not get stung. It was only the one wasp, thank goodness. The next step is there's a little bolt, looks like a size 10 maybe, that we need to remove on that so that I can knock the rest of that broken stuff out of the way. Yes, it is a size 10. It's just right through here. There's that little bolt there. So there is a metal latch bar that goes up and does into that, and there's a plastic clip that holds it in. It's so hard to explain because I can't show you, it's just tucked in there too much. But you just push back on that plastic clip so it lifts up And once it's up and away from that bar, then you should be able to pull that bar off of the handle, the actual like latch bar here. Just like that, we got the handle out. This is the old handle. What I was trying to explain is that a latch bar goes through this. We're gonna go ahead and discard this and we'll get the new one in. So you'll also notice on the tumbler here, there's a bolt that goes right behind it. Oh shoot, and it just fell out. But on the tumbler here, there's a bolt that goes behind it that holds it into the car. There's a hole on the back of the door panel that you can get your socket through to undo that. So we'll undo that one, and then there's another bolt right by it up here that you'll also have to undo to get the door handle out. Mine, of course, is just broken. So you can see this is part of the old door handle. The new one will have it with 2 bolts. So we'll have to put that back on as well. Here is the new door handle. It's all fancy with a new seal. It looks like what you do is you shove it up inside there, and then these bottom parts just clip in back down. So this is what I was trying to explain earlier by that plastic piece. That metal latch bar that goes down to the latch, it's just below it, goes in through there, and then that clips around the bar. And then over here on the tumbler side, the tumbler will bolt into that, and I think we bolt it into the one, and then we'll put this in, and then we'll bolt the other one in, hook the tumbler back up, hook the lock door handle latch back up as well. And it's funny because this is the white that the car was at the factory, and yes, it's super filthy, but it looks nothing like the white that's on the car now. Okay, so there's the tumbler latched. I'm gonna go ahead and shove this door handle in. Hey, just like that, the door handle is aligned and looking very white. I'm gonna go ahead and clip the door latch back on. I'm sure hoping that tumbler works. Should work. I think that wasp was just flying around me. That was terrifying. So like I said, it's really tight there. It's really hard. You're gonna have to use your screwdrivers. You're gonna have to use needle nose pliers and your hands, and you're just gonna have to be really patient with it. I've worked on Audis. I can handle this. It's just really frustratingly hard. Now I'm gonna put the 10mm bolt back in the tumbler here, 10mm bolt back in here at the top to hold the handle in place and perfectly aligned. And before we put the door panel on, we're gonna test it out. And now, many hours later, after fiddling around with the bolts forever to get them back in place, we can do our test open and close. And then I have some disappointing news. So here is the door with the new door handle. And now for some disappointing news. I just figured out that the tumbler that's in this door does not work. The key will not turn it, whether the unlock lock latch is attached or not. So unfortunately, I will put everything back together, but it looks like we're gonna have to get a new set of tumblers for this car and a new key made as well for those, because you can't unlock or lock the driver's side door from outside the car, unfortunately, which is really, that wasp's back, which is kind of a big deal. If you're in like a parking lot or you're getting groceries or whatever, you want to be able to unlock your door quickly from your driver's side instead of having to walk around to the passenger side to come back to the driver's side to get in. And just like that, we are done with our new driver's side door handle install. Yes, I put the door panel and everything back on and back together, but I did do that knowing that I'm gonna have to pull it all back apart here very soon, because I am gonna have to get a new tumbler for at least this side and probably that side, so we don't have to switch out the key, and then I'll have to get a new key made, and it's just a whole process. Unfortunately, I didn't waste my time in doing this because I could not test that tumbler before when it was unattached. It was just in an awkward spot and there's no way to do it. But now I know the tumbler doesn't work, and so this door handle and the door panel and everything's gonna have to come back off to get a new one put in there. I'm excited that we're getting some progress done on this car, but unfortunately we're gonna have to redo this whole repair. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helped you out. If it did, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Also leave a comment below of what you guys would like to see for future videos on this car. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Get out, enjoy your automotive ownership, and I'll catch you in the next video.